Good morning, it is day 113. Today I didn't get up and start moving until 6 a.m. Left camp around 6:45. It's honestly been like pretty cold. And I feel kind of bad because for the next like 5 days it looks like it's supposed to be chillier, like 60 degrees, maybe up to 70 degrees. Like, I think today doesn't hit 70, but tomorrow hits 70. It makes it great hiking weather during the day, but it makes it cold at night. And during the day when you don't hike and you're just sitting there, it's chilly. I don't mind it, but Nikki, Marie, Abigail, they're coming out in just 3 days. I'm so excited. And I don't know, I guess it's kind of a bummer because we were gonna go like swimming in different lakes, and at least for me with my Raynaud's, there's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to go swimming when it's only 60 to 70 degrees, which is okay because I'm just as happy to sit by the water, read, snuggle up in a sweatshirt that I haven't worn in ages, so it'll be good. But it might be kind of a bummer for them because that's not as much fun, maybe, that weather. I am surprised to be getting this cold of weather in Oregon, this early in Oregon. Like, I'm not even in Central Oregon yet, and I expected to have more of this kind of weather in Washington. Like, even last night it rained a little, and it was dry by the time I woke up. But it's supposed to rain again today, or tonight, I guess, and possibly again tomorrow. So, I don't know, it's just kind of the weather's not as warm and summery as I expected. But it's not also, like, for me, it's really not that bad. It's not as bad as hiking in 100-degree weather and super smoky weather. It just means I have to have, like, my warmer clothes. I haven't had to open a hand warmer again yet, so that's all good. Anyways, today it's only 23 miles till I get to a camp spot. The comments for this camp spot, everyone agrees, is like really beautiful, so I'm super excited to get to camp there. I think tomorrow I'll try to push 27 so that the day into Shelters Cove I only have 16. But if tomorrow I'm like not feeling it, then I could also once again easily do like a 23-mile day, and then the next day do like a 19 or 20 mile day. So yeah, super easy miles coming up. I guess that's all I have to say. Thank goodness for water caches. If it weren't for this water cache here, we would have had to have walked 17 miles till our next water source. So thank you to whoever left this water. You're amazing. I just want to say thank you to whoever recommended the podcast Family Trips. I've listened to 2 so far today. One was with Fortune Feimster, and then the last one was with Catherine Hahn. I'm obsessed with Catherine Hahn. I think she's like one of the coolest actresses, and I just remember literally watching her in very small roles when I was way younger. And even when I was younger, I was like, her personality just shines. Like, she's just got a big smile. She's kind of got a big mouth, honestly, and you just are drawn to her. So I am, at least. So yeah, it's been cool because Amy Poehler also interviewed her, and I feel like I'm kind of starting to learn a little more about her, about who she is outside of acting. So yeah, thanks for the recommendation. I have a few more of those downloaded and excited to listen to them.
That's true. He's never once made me cross the river.
Alright, I have a mere 6 miles to go until I get to camp. It is 1:45, so I should be to camp by maybe 4:30 if I'm just moving real slow. Between now and then, I'm supposed to pass the high point in Oregon on the PCT. So it'll be some climbing coming up, but I don't think it'll be honestly too bad or steep or anything. It did start to rain a little at lunch, so I put my rain jacket on, but I may take it off here soon because it's not, it didn't start raining bad or anything. It was just that while I was sitting still, I got cold. It was cool. I got to see Trevor. Haven't seen him in a minute. And I got to see Trooper. I haven't seen her in a long time. And then I got to meet 3 folks. 2 are just doing the Oregon section, and 1 is doing the Rim Trail or something. Anyways, they're all trying to camp where I'm camping tonight. And we all chose it because the comments talk about how beautiful of a camp spot it is. So yeah, it's nice to camp with people, so hopefully that works out. But yeah, I'm not sure though, because it's near the high point, and there's just a little part of me that's like, if the weather's not great, I don't necessarily want to be up too high. But I don't know what the camp spot will look like. Like, maybe it's in trees. I pretty much doubt it. Based on the comments, it seems like you have a bit of an overlook, so probably be up on a ridge, which is my favorite kind of camping, but not when it's storming, so I'll have to wait to see how that goes. All right, say it. We're at the highest point. What's going on, Felix?
It's hailing.
It's literally, oh,
First time.
it literally just bounced off your,
too.
dude, what is happening? Okay, got to camp super early. It's 4:15 or so. Yeah, it might start storming again, like based on the weather, or the clouds, I mean. It's tough to know, but great spot, great view. The comments were right. I've set up my tent here. There's no coverage, so yeah. I don't know, I was kind of going back and forth, like maybe I ought not stop, but the guys, the half of the Mean Gays group was like, you know, I mean, your rainfly will get wet, but you could have like a really pretty view, you know. And I was like, you know what, it's true, like I'm here, I did the miles I wanted to do today, and maybe it'll rain or hail again, but it never lasts too long so far, fingers crossed, and it is always really beautiful, a really beautiful view. So I kind of set myself up to like be able to look out, because there was like 3 other people who were going to try to camp here tonight, and I don't know whether or not they'll make it because they just started. They're only doing Oregon, so I don't know how many miles they will do, or if they would want to even camp up here, because you're pretty exposed to like wind and rain and hail. But yeah, anyways, though, there's a lot of space, so if they do want to camp here, then they would also have space to camp here. But anyways, it's wild. It's literally 4:15, and I'm gonna feel like I'm twiddling my thumbs here, I'm sure. But it's okay though, because I'm gonna read my book. I kind of have a goal of like, if I can finish my book by Bend, then I'll give it to Abigail, or I can put in a little free library in Bend, and then I might stop with the book because I'm hoping to do like big miles after Bend. So anyways though, it was so sweet to hang out with half of the Mean Gays. They have split up, and they don't think they're gonna be hiking with the other half pretty much for the rest of the trail, because Felix and Dominic, they're from Germany, they already bought their tickets for September 3rd. So for them, they're like pushing big miles, and the other half, like they haven't bought their tickets, and they don't need to go fast for any reason. So they're still going like 25 miles a day, just to be clear. But these guys, like, they pushed a 40-mile day, and they've been going like mid-30s a lot of days. So yeah, that's just a way different speed, but really sweet to talk to them. They like wanted to walk with me to camp, and yeah, they're just really good guys. They're really sweet. So yeah, anyways, gonna finish getting set up here, and hope that it doesn't rain too much, because that just makes tomorrow and like taking stuff down not so pleasant, but really not the end of the world if that's the case. So all right. Good morning. It is day 114. It is going on maybe 6:15, it looks like. Yeah, today I'm gonna try to do about 27.5 miles, so wanted to get going a little earlier than the past few days, although still I haven't been leaving as early as I was when it was really hot out, and I haven't really needed to because it's been between 60 to 70 degrees each day. It does get pretty warm though in the daytime, like it'll get hot, but even yesterday, like it was hot, but then it hailed and I was wet, and then I was mostly just cold the rest of the way. So yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit of a bummer. It's really not that deep. I was gonna have Abigail take home some of my warmer gear and just help to lighten the load, because I kind of just I would like to like be kind of going faster, and my pack is just notoriously heavy. So but I don't know, now I'm rethinking it, because if the next several weeks are like this, and I imagine there must be at least one more really warm stretch, like this time of year should be much warmer, I feel like. So all of that is to say, I don't want to get rid of all my super warm gear, because if I get too cold, it's just, I would be absolutely miserable. So I might not switch out the sleeping bag after all. I was gonna possibly get rid of a jacket or my wool shirt. I don't know that I'm gonna do either of those now, but I'll definitely get rid of the leggings and the wool pants, like my, I don't know, long underwear, I guess that's what they're called. Because I haven't used those since the Sierras anyways, and I just forgot to ship them the last time I shipped stuff, so I'll get rid of those two things for sure, and I'm definitely gonna switch out my sleeping pad, which should make my pack a little lighter. I'm also going to switch so that my tent, instead of it being carried on the bottom of my backpack, I'm going to do it literally every single other hiker does, literally every single one, which is carry it inside of my backpack. I don't mind it being carried there, but I'm thinking of how much my hips have been hurting, and I do think that it would be better weight distribution if it were inside. It doesn't really bother me, other than, like, I do think it contributes to, like, every step I take. I think it adds to just, like, that specific pressure point around my hips. That's, like, around where my belt, my tent is. So, yeah, I think that needs to go in the backpack. Yeah, otherwise, I'm feeling pretty good about today. I should be able to make 27 relatively easily, but the last few days I've not been having big miles, so there's a little part of me that's nervous for having so many miles. Water today will be tough as well. The first water source is in 10 miles, but it takes about 20 minutes to get the water all together, because it's a little off trail, it's steep, and I think the trickle's kind of slow. I'll do that if I have to do that, but otherwise the next water source is in 16 miles, and it's at Windigo Pass. And yeah, I don't know, essentially the last couple of days I've been able, because of how cool it is, I've been able to only have 1 liter over the course of 10 to 12 miles, which I don't think is a good practice, but I think if I can do that today, then I could probably get to 16 miles. I also have just a little bit of other water, like in my 1.5 liter. I mean, it might be like 1/5 of a liter. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know that would necessarily get me 6 miles or 4 miles even, but yeah, I'll just have to see how that plays out. Anyways, day 114. Yeah, I get to see Nicky, Marie, and Abigail tomorrow, and truly there just aren't enough words to say how excited I am and how grateful I am. I think it's just such a mark for me of, like, I know that I have made it so far, because, like, yeah, I'm gonna be able to see my friends who are traveling to see me, and finally I'm at the point this summer where Abigail gets to join me for several days. Yeah, it's just like, finally to this point in the hike. But I'll be honest, like, I'm hungry for Washington. Like, I'm very excited to spend time with Abigail, to spend time in Bend, but after Bend, I think I'm going to do my best to try to, like, crank out miles and, yeah, get going here. I don't want to rush the hike at all, but I also feel ever and ever more ready for Washington, and I don't know how else to describe it other than to say, like, to get going. Like, I don't necessarily want to be done, but I want to, like, be doing bigger days and going fast and making progress, and but not at the expense though either of like enjoying the hike, going so fast that I'm not looking around me or connecting with others. That's certainly not what I want. But yeah, I don't know how to explain the feeling of like you've been out here for 114 days and you're kind of, you don't wish it to be done, but at the same time you're like ready to be kind of on that last chapter, you know? So anyways, all right, day 114, here we go. Windigo Pass. This was a long stretch that I did the full 17 miles. I didn't even drink my 1 full liter yet, so I need to guzzle that down. I'm gonna take a break here. I really wanted to get here by noon, which I did. It's noon right on the dot, which is great. So, yeah, I'm gonna stick here for like an hour or so at least. It's really cool. They have like battery packs so you could charge your, these are alive, yeah, and then there's a bucket for like dead ones, but they have battery packs so you can charge your stuff, which is awesome. They've got loads of water. They have some books. Let's see what all these cutesy things are. They have some like first aid looking stuff. I think there's, there we go. Love it pads, just like medicine. There was some like wipes for like DEET wipe. In this box there's some toilet paper, love. And in this box there's, oh, this is the DEETs. That's a lot. Alright, I'm gonna grab some of those. Alright, I literally took over 2 hours hanging out there. It was really sweet because the last half an hour, I would say, a bunch of people rolled up that I knew, like Frank and Roger, Blister and Beaver, a woman named Chelsea who I met at Crater Lake, the folks I camped with last night, a woman who's from Puyallup, wild. She grew up in Tacoma as well, and I was like, we love Tacoma. Anyways, though, it was really nice. I just like really appreciate when I get to be around a bunch of other hikers. It just brings my morale up so much. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's kind of thundering right now. It's supposed to storm again tonight, or no, sorry. It's supposed to storm again today in the afternoon. Not too much rain, but lightning. Same with tomorrow. So we'll see how the weather's doing, for Pete's sake. My goal is to go about 11 more miles today, which is still a long ways away, but I took a 2-hour break, so I feel good. Oh yeah, so I met this couple at the water. They're ahead now, but they're from the UK, and I was like, how's your hike so far? Because I hadn't seen them. They started a month after me, and they've caught up, and they were like, we hate it, we're ready to be done. Like, I want to be done. And I was like, dude, like, why? And they were also saying like, we'll never do another through hike. And I was like, dude, I always say that. I will never do another long distance through hike. But I was like, why? Like, are you just like not enjoying it, or what's going on? And they were just saying how like, they're both outdoorsy people and they go on hikes all of the time. So they assumed that they would enjoy like through hiking, but they didn't like the desert. They love the Sierras, but they were like, it was only 2 weeks. And then they hated NorCal. I've not met anyone who likes NorCal except for the one guy who like lives in NorCal, by the way. And they're like, yeah, Oregon's not bad, but like, they're just ready to be done. And I was just saying to them, like I did to the Mean Gays yesterday, like, I am grateful to hear other people kind of having that feeling. It's an uphill hike, I gotta take a break. So I was just saying to them, like, I was grateful that they also kind of have that attitude, because they were very much like, we're not gonna quit, like, we don't want to stop or quit, like, but we're ready to be done. And I don't know, it's just weird. I feel like I'm starting to meet like a lot of people who are having that attitude. I don't know if that's normal for this point in the hike or this point in Oregon. I mean, I've been out here for 114 days and I just feel like it's just weird because I don't want to complain. Like, this is such a gift and a privilege to be out here, like for sure. And like, I know that there will be one day that I will be at a job and I will just think back and be like, man, even my worst day on trail might be better than, you know, whatever, working, being in the office, whatever it is, you know. But I just think both exist. Like, that's true. I imagine I will be in an office one day and miss NorCal. Hard to believe because I hated NorCal, but it could be true. And but also it is true that like I'm ready to be done. Like I like being out here. I love being out here. I love it, but I feel like I've gotten like too much of a good thing is still too much, you know what I mean? Like too much chocolate cake, when I eat too many slices in a row, then by the 5th slice I don't even really taste it anymore. And so that's why it's good to have things in bite sizes, because, you know, I don't think I appreciate being out here nearly as much as I did. You know, I mean, especially the first couple of sections. And mostly it just seems like everyone's morale is down. I feel like NorCal beat everybody up, to be honest. And now we're all in Oregon and so grateful to be here, but equally just kind of feeling like, all right, like, let's get the show on the road. I guess I'm just saying, like, I'm grateful other people feel that way, because I don't want to feel guilty for being like, dang, like, if I could kind of speed it up right now, I probably would, honestly. And I think I'm being honest, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But also, like, I feel that way, and I still feel very grateful to be out here. I feel very grateful every day that I get to sleep outside, and, like, even with this thunderstorm rolling in, like, I'm loving hearing the thunder. Like, I'm loving being in the trees right now. Like, I really love just getting to sit there with people, being absolute hiker trash. Everyone's just sprawled out, like, eating their tortillas. Like, this is it's so cool. It's such a unique culture and experience. So I don't know, anyways, both are just true. Like, I love it, and like, too much of a good thing is still too much, you know. So anyways, though, I'm just grateful to meet other people who are also like in it mentally, that are like, I'm finishing, I'm tough as hell. And, you know, they were very much like, literally the woman Sophie was like, why would I even try to do smaller miles at this point? Like, why would I try to make it any longer? Like, if I move slower, it would just be more time in hell. And I was like, dang, I definitely don't feel that way about it. I think like I enjoy it more than how they were describing it, to be honest. But I do get that sense of like, yeah, I mean, I do feel like I'm at the point where it's like, I'd rather just do 25 to 30 miles every day and like literally just get rolling and get going. Ooh, that's some good thunder. I don't see any lightning though, so I think it should be okay. More hail. Trying to take coverage under trees. I'm not sure if I should stop or I don't know. Needless to say, the storm did not get better, and I decided to go on. So I'm under a tree now. I'm feeling really nervous because, yeah, I think I'm gonna get pretty cold here, and I don't know. I'm nervous because I don't know how long this is gonna last, and if I get too cold, my gloves are wet because of where they were on my backpack, so I don't have that. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it won't last too much longer, but it's still raining and hailing quite a bit, so. Oh, Oregon. I did not think I was gonna get this kind of weather to Washington. So Oregon is out here. The update is that it is 4 o'clock. I opted to put my tent up because I was getting way too cold. My fingers were going numb, and I mean, I literally started running. Like, I literally started running with my pack on, and then I saw lightning, and then at that point I was like, okay, this is just stupid. So I pulled over. I'm by a lot of alive trees, but I'm not fully covered. I mean, I'm still getting some rain. The rain has let up a bit. My shoes and socks are soaked. My rain jacket, my frog tog is pretty well soaked through. And honestly, I think I'm most just mentally struggling with the fact that, yeah, tomorrow's supposed to be 17 miles to Shelters Cove to meet with Abigail and Nicky and Marie. And now I think it's probably a 27-mile day, maybe a 26-mile day. There's a small chance that I might, if it clears up and gets really warm and sunny, there's a small chance that I might try to get a few more miles in today. I was going up an incline, so I was going uphill for the past, I don't know, like while I was hiking. After having lunch, I was going up, and so like it was hailing, it was getting worse, and I didn't really mind it because it was still pretty warm, and I can hike in the rain, that's fine. But then, yeah, of course, when I saw the lightning, especially as I was going up in elevation, I was just like, yeah, this isn't gonna. So I could have turned back around, but I don't know. I mean, the last 2 days it stormed a little bit, and it was gone in like 20 to 40 minutes. So this was definitely the worst storm. I mean, it was like lightning, it still is thundering, it's raining a little, it was hailing a lot. I'm just like really bummed. I'm trying to keep it together. I did cry when I finally got this set up and like sat inside, but it's so wet in here, like everything, like my tent, in like the floor of my tent, I don't know even how well you can see it. Anyways, the floor of my tent is soaked. My shorts and undies got soaked through, so I took that off, my shirt, trying to just make sure I can get warm, which I am. My sleeping bag is totally dry, so I know that will be good. And now I blew this up, so I'm like sitting on my blow up pad, which is good because I'm off of the water. Yeah, I don't know. Today, this storm situation put my day in, I would say like this is probably one of my new top 5 worst days for sure, because it is scary to not know what the storm is going to be like, to not know when it's going to end, to not know if you're going to get warmed up. And yeah, like setting up my tent in the rain, like even right now, it's like, I mean, I'm on a slant, and it's not even set up well. Like, I think the rain will start dripping through. That has pulled already any minute. So I am just praying that it stops raining. Even if I have to stay here tonight, like, it's not my preference because I'm like 10 miles behind where I needed to be today. But if as long as it stops raining and I can sleep dry and my sleeping bag is dry, then I won't be worried, at least about like literally my safety. You know, if I have to hike with wet stuff tomorrow, that will just be annoying, but I will be safe, you know. So yeah, this has been tough, honestly. It's just also, seriously, I did not expect weather like this until Washington. Like, I'm definitely flabbergasted that Oregon is throwing me these curveballs. Ugh, I'm just annoyed with myself for even trying to push it through that rain and hail. But what do you do? I mean, here we are. So I have service, so I'm gonna try to call Abigail or someone to make today better. Okay, I have decided that, so right now it is 5:03. I'm going to throw everything into my wet backpack because everything is wet anyways, except for like my sleeping bag, thank goodness. And I'm gonna put that in my dry sack so that remains dry. I'm going to try to go the next 4 miles. I have to go another mile up, and then it's kind of like down, but then it's mostly flat, and then it'll be like a good downhill for a little bit. If I can go 4 more miles, that's the first camp spot. There's supposed to be at least 3 tent spots there, but it's lower elevation, and so I think I will be warmer. I'm starting to feel cold here, and it's early in the night, and everything is wet. So I think if everything's gonna be wet anyways, at least I could walk a little longer, warm my body back up, and then just set up my wet tent in an hour, 2 hours, whatever it's gonna be. Yeah, I was able to talk to Abigail. I definitely started bawling. This was like a bit of a hard experience, and I was very cold, and I got very scared. But yeah, I feel okay now. I opened my hand warmer. I've got like warm clothes on. I'm not gonna change. The bummer is that I have to change into my wet socks because I need these dry socks to stay dry for my day tomorrow. Right now I'm 25.5 miles away from Shelters Cove, so even if I could just go those 4 miles, then I'm at least like, only 21 miles away, 21.5. So yeah, still not the goal I was hoping for, but I don't regret stopping to set up and warm up because honestly, that was kind of intense, and I needed to stop and like make sure that I could get warm and stay dry. So yeah, I think it's gonna be such a bummer to put on cold wet socks and my cold wet backpack, but again, I do think I'll be able to warm up here because I'll be walking for at least an hour, and it's some uphill climb, so I hope at least. Okay, I'm gonna do it. This is all just hail.